Hey guys, Dr. Sean here. I'm sitting here hanging out with my wife for her 40th birthday, having a great time, kicking back, and we got to ask some questions. And I get asked this a lot, because I do so much with digestion and so much with nutrition. I get asked all the time, what's important, what's not important, right? We all know that food is really important. You have to have the proper nutrients, or the body cannot grow, it cannot heal, it cannot repair, it cannot rest. Those are all critical things. But, we live in a world where our diets are so chaotic. And food is so much of a misnomer anymore. It's fast-paced, it's quick, it's in a hurry. We're always trying to get things, and it's just, how do you keep up with it all, right? What do you do? And one of the questions I get asked, is about enzymes quite a bit. And this is what I do. I specialize in enzyme and enzyme therapy. I have for almost 20 years. Digestion is really what my cornerstone of my practice is all about. Because by restoring normal function and normal digestion, guys, you can do amazing, amazing things for your overall health. So one of the things I get asked about is, Doc, I don't have time to go see a doc. I'm not sure what to do. How do I know what to take? How do I not know what to take? And are they all the same? Are they equal? What's the difference here? This is what you're looking at. So let's just run through this thing here and see what we can do. The key, and this is the key when you're looking at digestion and nutrition, you need a professional grade plant-based digestive enzyme. It has to be professional grade. Now, the why and what's the purpose of this? If you get away from the professional grade ones, now you don't know what you're getting. And I have to go back, and I got to go back and look at, the time was a year ago, I guess, we saw the big companies. We saw Walmart get in trouble. We saw GNC and Walgreens and CVS and all these people that were producing products under their company name brand. Well, when the FDA decided, hey, let's just take a look at some of this, they went through, and what they find? They found that 90% of the products in some of these stores and their divisions lacked what was on the bottle, right? It greatly lacked what was on the bottle. So you're buying this stuff, thinking it's going to help you, and what's in it is not even there. How do you know? What's the difference? Well, here's one of the ways you know. When in our practices, is one of the key focuses that I do. I use products that have been certified, that are professional grade, plant-based enzymes. And that's what you're looking for. If they're not professional grade, there's no guarantee how they work or why they work. That means anything you buy over the counter commercially in a health food store or in a chain store of some kind, a pharmacy or something of that nature, they're not going to be. Right? They're just not going to be. So you're looking at something called a USP, and it's a certification. It's United States Pharmacopoeia. It kind of tells you whether that product has been done or not. And the reason they do this is because potency of the product, and this is critical when you're looking at nutrition, and especially enzyme function, potency changes with temperature and humidity. So you can have one company that can tweak their temperature, tweak their humidity, and they can give you a very false sense of security. They can give you a false idea of does it work or does it not. That's why you've got to have these certified type things. If you don't have those, you're playing with fire. And most likely you're overpaying for a junk product. You see it all the time in probiotics. All the time. Someone will sell you a probiotic. Hey, you don't need to spend $30 on a probiotic. You can spend $15. No, you can't. And enzymes, guys, work the same way. Now, where it gets really tricky is if you end up spending $30 or $40 or $50 on an enzyme, but it's not been quality checked. It doesn't fall under this professional grade. They can water that thing down so much you would never know, except it just won't work. Now, why do we take them? What's the purpose of these, right? What do you use enzymes for? They pre-digest your food. They help break it down. Now, what does that mean to someone? Digestion, that's kind of crazy, right? It's complicated, it's convoluted. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Doc. Digestion, guys, is when you eat something, okay? Imagine taking something and breaking it into smaller pieces. And that's really what digestion is. It's like, imagine having people holding hands, all playing Red Rover, right? You got a link across there. Here comes little Tommy, and he's coming on over. He's going to kind of break through where the hands are holding together. He's going to separate those. That's digestion. It breaks those links. And the more and more of them you break, the smaller and smaller pieces you get. So instead of one link in a chain where you separate it into two, you want to break all the links in the chain. And the more you break, the better the body can use those nutrients. Now they get digested and they get absorbed. How do you know when you have digestive problems? How do you know when you need an enzyme blend? How do you know, gosh, How do I know? Well, let's go to the basic stuff, right? Let's go to the easy things. Gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, right? Indigestion, heartburn, stiff, sore, achy joints. Welcome to the world of someone who needs an enzyme. And if that goes on long enough, if it goes on too long, what happens? Then you develop things like ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, Crohn's, IBS, right? Irritable bowel syndrome, chronic headaches, chronic fatigue. All these things come on when digestion is hampered. Those are the people that need an enzyme blend to help break their diet down. Now, without these things, the immune system struggles. It gets weak, it gets tired, it gets overrun. So any kind of chronic illness, anybody having just basic stuff, doc, I feel good, I just get a little bloaty when I drink. Maybe I get, I really like my candy, but every time I do, man, my bowel takes off. Or every time I drink a glass of milk, woof, away it goes. Guys, that's an enzyme deficiency. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about how to help the body get past that. So when you look at digestion, you think, okay, it's breaking all these little bonds into smaller pieces, right? It's making big pieces into little ones. What's the first thing that does that, right? Because there's two ways to do this. There's a mechanical method in the body, and there's a chemical one. The mechanical method is chewing. Use those teeth. Chew your food. It crushes food down, and it starts to break those bonds for us. That's the starting piece. Then your enzymes come in as the chemical way to further break those bonds down. So you chew your food real good, and then you further break it down with an enzyme blend. Now here's the key, guys. It's an assembly line. I always think of the old I Love Lucy show, right, where she's making the chocolates, and she's trying to keep up, and she starts eating them because they're falling off the end, and she's doing everything she can to keep up. That's how this works. It never stops. It's an assembly line. Once it starts, things just keep moving through. So you have to make sure when you put things into it that they're easily used, they're easily packaged, they're easily able for the body to digest and break down. And if you can do that, amazing, amazing things can happen. But there's a key to this. Remember we talked about chewing? Chewing is absolutely critical, but there's one more. You have to have a calm mind. Who would have ever thought about that, right? You got to have a calm mind. If you're sitting there watching the nightly news and there's a bomb that goes off in New York and you're seeing all these horrific things, it slows digestion. The body goes, oh my God, that's horrific. So when you eat, shut the TV off. When you eat, enjoy quality time with your family or your friends. Enjoy your meal that way. And if you can do that, amazing, amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen. So you focus on that. Now, what do we use the enzyme for? To clean it all up. We're calm in the mind. We're chewing our food. Now we're going to put those enzymes in to help break that stuff down, to calm the body and help digest it. So we don't get the gas. We don't get the bloating. We don't encourage constipation. We don't encourage diarrhea and all these things that come when our food is not digested properly. Because the reality of it is, guys, we all like to eat things we shouldn't, don't we? Right? We all enjoy, maybe chocolate or ice cream and cookies and a cocktail. We enjoy those things. Pizza, all these things. But there's no enzymes in those. And why not? Because they're processed. They're man-made. And one of the things we know about digestion, the more we process a food, the more we heat or cook or microwave a food, the more of the natural enzymes that would normally be there get destroyed. There's a reason. You ever look at these guys when they're lifting weights and all this stuff and they're doing their protein shakes and they always talk about that gas, right? Oh man, whoo, I got horrible gas. That's because they didn't digest that shake. The body didn't use it. And protein, especially protein, if you want to know if you're digesting your protein when you have a bowel movement and it smells horrific, that's putrefaction, that's rotting. That's how you know, whoa, that body doesn't use protein well. Sugars and all that don't do that. They ferment. You don't get that heavy, strong odor. So how do we fix it? How do we do this? Who needs them? People who enjoy a processed treat every now and then. People who don't chew their food real well. People who have all those symptoms that I mentioned. And we've got a product that I like to use in practice for everybody. You don't have to see me. Anybody can take this. We call it Digest. It's a blend of enzymes that helps to break down the things you know you shouldn't be eating, and we all do. It helps to battle that gas pain, that bloating, that constipation. You add in some chewing, and you add in a little calm mind, and guys, you can perform miracles. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. The cool part about it is we can send it anywhere. We can send it anywhere around the country. We can send it anywhere around the world if we have to. So we're not limited on this by seeing me in practice. This is something we can do to help our family, our friends, anybody you know that has these problems. We call it Digest. It's DGST. We offer it in practice. Give us a buzz there if you're interested in this sort of thing. It's really an amazing thing to do, and it can change lives. I've been doing it for years. I love it. I love nutrition. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So by all means, share this with your friends. Let them know that there's answers out there if they're struggling. Let them know that, man, if you enjoy, your coffee with a little Bailey's in it, or maybe you enjoy that breakfast burrito, or you enjoy that pizza, that frozen late night tombstone, you can still do that. You just got to help the body with it. And if you do these little steps, you do these little things, guys, you can do amazing, amazing things for one another. So I'm Dr. Sean. I'm taking off. I'm heading down here with my bride. You can see the sunset, or the sunrise today in my background behind me. Hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing weekend, and look for my next live. See ya.